Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to this live stream. Everything must go, Rant. Now, what I mean by that is, well, everything must go. According to all of this SJWBS that we've all been having to deal with, I am just absolutely sick and tired of it. I saw a Geeks and Gamer video earlier, and they were saying that people who don't like Terminator Dark Fate are more than likely people like us. Whatever. I can't stand it. I honestly cannot stand it. They call us misogynists and trolls and whatever else they can call us. You know what? That's how you feel. That's how you feel. You can get mad at us for wanting characters that are actually well written, that actually have some character building throughout the film. I mean, I didn't see Terminator Dark Fate because I heard that for me, the main character is not in the film. Now, since I was a kid, since the first time I've watched Terminator, the very first one, and it was just Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, something like that. But the guy who, goes back in time to save her, that John sends to save her. Well, to me, no matter what, John will always be the main character because he is the leader of the resistance against Skynet. Okay, he's that man. Okay, if they made it a girl back then it would be different. But I'm sure they changed it now just to please the eye of all the SJWs. I'm sure they rewrote history somehow. They killed John Connor in some timeline or some BS. You know what? Whatever. I don't want to hear it because it's just to please all the SJWs. I said I'd see Terminator Dark Fate because the action looked cool. You know, I never will say that it looked actually good as a movie. I would never say that because for me, like I said, John Connor's the main character and he's no longer there. That's just like, the Star Wars sequel trilogy. I don't want to pay to see Rise of Skywalker. I will tell you that right now. I'm more than likely not going to pay to see that. So just so y'all know. But either way, Luke's not there. He's going to be a friggin' Force Ghost. So what's the point of even trying to enjoy that movie? I'm not trying to always be negative here, but you're going to keep giving me negative things to talk about, then that's all there is to it. I mean, if you're going to write in characters, do it the right way. Integrate them with the franchise that's already there. All right? I mean, what was it? Terminator 3, I believe. It was Terminator 3. It wasn't all about John Connor. It was, but it wasn't. The Terminator that was sent back in time was going after his lieutenants and generals and stuff like that. I mean, give us a storyline like that. I don't care. It would be actually kind of cool to see again. But no, I'm sure they changed it and they made whichever of these girls the new leader of the resistance or something like that. It's cool. Whatever. That's awesome. Strong woman strong. Like, seriously. And I'm not saying women are not strong because women are strong. I mean, for fuck's sake. I'm not saying I'd be able to push a baby out or anything like that. But I mean, I watched my wife do it and she did that fast and she was able to, she was good afterwards. But either way, all of this needs to stop. Don't get mad at us for calling you out for not writing characters the right way. You don't write them the right way anymore. You're just putting them in there, giving them everything. Like, why can't this happen in real life? Why couldn't I be given a nice, huge house from the get? No, no. $100 million to start off with, 1969 Ford Mustang Cherry Red. No, no, not for me. No Firebird. No Firebird for me either. No, okay, that's cool. I'd like a 1972 Firebird, by the way. Um, anyway, I can't stand it anymore. I can't. You just you're not doing anything right anymore. Nobody's really trying to do things the right way anymore, except for one TV series, as far as I can remember. And I'm sure they're still going to kick ass in the next season, the third season of Cobra Kai. I'm sure they're going to, oh, I can't wait for that because, see, and this is why I get so excited for Cobra Kai. Because since season one, they've had these new characters, and yes, they've had female characters, but they write them in the right way. And this is why that show is doing so well. That's why that show is resonating with more fans than anybody else. They're turning new people into fans. I'm sure there's people that like Star Wars way more than Cobra Kai or The Karate Kid, and they started watching it and they're like, wow, why couldn't Disney do it like this? I mean, I've been saying it from the very beginning. I've been saying that Disney should have did it like them. And that's just how it goes. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I had to do something. But anyway, I can't fathom how they expect us to enjoy a film when most of us like to be able to get into the story. It's not all about the action and stuff like that. It's for me, it's not always just about the action. I mean, of course, I can get into just the action, but I can't abide by it when it's filled with all kinds of BS. It's not gonna be for me. I mean, I've been watching One Piece, and before I actually started rewatching One Piece, this guy that I was working with said to me how, oh, the show's pretty much just filler. And he's right. One Piece is an entire show of filler. Every last episode is a filler episode in a way. It's not always just all action. There's filler everywhere. Okay? It's everywhere. I mean, they have 3, 4, 5 episodes of filler like in a row straight at times. And I still watch it. I still love this show. Do you know why? Does anyone want to understand why? If not, it's okay, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because it's a good friggin' story. Okay? It's because it's a good story that I am over 300 episodes in at this point. I started rewatching it at episode 15 in September. Okay? I started rewatching it at episode 15 in September. It is now November 5th. Okay, now November 5th. I can't remember the exact day I started rewatching it back then, in September, as if it was so long ago. But I'm 300 episodes in at this point. And I am telling you, it's because the storyline is good. It's not because, oh, the action's so amazing. No, there's not crazy action all the time. There's not. There's not. It's because I love this story. I'm invested in the characters. At this point, I'm one of the crew. I'm working on the ship. I'm helping Luffy become king of the pirates. I want to help Zoro become the greatest swordsman there is. I want to help Sanji get to the all blue. I want to help Nami write the maps. I want to help Usopp become a brave warrior of the sea. But it seems to me that other people don't understand, like these creators of these films these days don't want to understand to get us invested into these characters. I'm not invested in anything that they're doing anymore. Like I barely even want to watch CW shows anymore, like the Arrowverse shows anymore, because they're not, they're forcing it down our throats and no one wants to say it. On the Hollywood side, really. I mean, only the certain actors like Mark Hamill, he's letting people know, yes, they are not giving you a storyline. They're just force feeding you all this. And you know what? It's the truth. I mean, Anthony Daniels, the man who played C-3PO, he got attacked for sharing his thoughts about his own character. He said one little thing about Mark Hamill as well, but he was mainly talking about himself and his experience. And how can you attack the man for that? He's been helping this franchise survive for how many years? Whether or not there was films in between, original trilogy, prequel trilogy, and sequel trilogy, this man, I'm sure, has gone to Comic-Con events, spoken to fans, given fans hope that there will be more to look forward to, see C-3PO in more adventures, and hopefully he won't get dismantled this time. Like, no, no, no. What they did to C-3PO is just like he said, hung him up on the hood as a freaking ornament, and that's it. Okay? I'm getting one last look at my friends. I don't believe he thinks that Ray, Poe, and Finn are his actual friends. He's barely known them. He's barely friggin' known them. I don't consider someone a friend until like I actually feel like I know you. Okay? Like it's just I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. You know, this is why I want to break away from doing all the news bits and stuff like that because I'm tired of being angry all the time because people are always angry. I want to be able to have fun. I want to be able to enjoy all of this, but I can't enjoy all of this. Besides the fact that everyone wants to argue over everything, they're all, like I've said before, they're just trying to force feed me, and I'm not doing it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to slap that fork or spoon away and I'm going to throw it back in your face. Or maybe I'll just take the bite and spit it back in your face because I'm not doing this anymore. I can't stand how much these people are changing everything they can. Excuse me, not feeling the best. Wow. Like, it's getting me that worked up that I'm getting a little bit out of breath here. Woosah, woosah. You know, it's just like this Batwoman show. At first, I was a little excited. I was the tiniest bit excited, but I knew the SJW BS was going to be all up in it, you know? But I watched the trailer, and I have to say, it was more of this SJW stuff than it was Batwoman. Now, I'm not trying to act like we all know how Batwoman should be, but I know Batwoman wasn't, you know, constantly slamming on Batman all the time. Like, oh, he left the city. Oh, I'm not going to let a man take credit for a woman's work. Like, whatever, man. Then let people know you're Batwoman, okay? Like, everyone knew that this was Batman doing the job. Now you need to let them know it's Batwoman, okay? If you want to step out the shadow, you got to shine that light. There's nothing else to it. I like I said, lazy writing. They're just force feeding it to you. Don't buy into it, okay? Don't buy into any of it. It's not right. And I can't stand how much they're doing it anymore. It's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to anyone that wants to enjoy any type of entertainment. It's just not. You know, I mean, wow. To just constantly keep trying to force feed us stuff and then call us names for it. It's not fair and it's not right. This is why I hope one day I can make it into this industry so I can be able to write stories that characters are actually built, people are invested in, and it's not going to be just, oh, well, they're given everything and that's that. Like, no, people need to realize that characters are built, they are not made. Okay? Characters are built from the ground up. They're not already above the ground. They're built from the ground up. That's how it goes. You can't just start off, you know, Super Saiyan God. Like, you don't start off Super Saiyan Blue. Okay? You start off as little kid Goku. That's how it starts. You start off as little kid Goku with the tail, and then you got to work your way up to Super Saiyan Blue, okay? Fighting Beerus and all. Like, no, you do not start off Super Saiyan Blue. No. So, if people can't get that through their heads, then they're crazy. But no, these days, they want to be given everything. They're already a badass. They're already, you know, able to do this and do that and go here and go there. No, they need to figure out their way of the land first. They like this like the Rise of Skywalker. Wow, I almost said the wrong thing. But anyway, like the Rise of Skywalker, okay? J.J. Abrams is breaking his mind apart trying to finish this trilogy, all right? And I feel very bad for the guy. But at the same time, he set himself up for it. You know, he should have fought to work on episode 8. And he should have fought to not feed us member berries. Now, if no one knows what member berries is, let me just tell you that member berries is this thing on South Park. And there's these little berries, you know, and all they do is say, remember Chewbacca? Remember the Falcon? Remember the Ewoks? Oh, I remember the Battle of Endor. That's how it felt watching The Force Awakens. I was eating member berries back then, and it wore off as soon as I stopped. I realized what was going on, and it's not right. It's not right. I don't know what else to say or do at this point except for don't watch it. Don't watch any of the stuff that they're putting out anymore to show them how serious we are. That we want good, well written characters. That's all I'm asking for is well written characters. And it's as if they don't want to give it on purpose. It's like they're doing it out of spite at this point. I mean, that's like the Captain Marvel movie. That movie is trash. It's absolutely trash. It reached 1 billion just because the lady had opened up her mouth countless times and saying all kinds of stupid stuff. It's not because it was a good movie. No, it is not. There is countless people out there that will tell you Captain Marvel was not a good movie. And it wasn't. It wasn't. Her acting was completely and totally bland. There was no real expression on her face. What superhero is just so, hey, I'm Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'm going to save the day. I don't have to try it all. Boom. Pow. Kablam. Like, that's it. That's how she was throughout the entire movie. She gave very little emotion, very little effort to that film, and yet it blew up, apparently. And I can't do it. I can't do it. That's why I didn't pay to see that movie either, because no, I didn't even finish that movie, actually. I let YouTube spoil the end for me. I don't care. I don't even remember the ending. I barely remember how that movie actually was because I was that disinterested in from the start. And it's terrible that they, like I said, they're writing these characters in knowing that they're not building them up, knowing that they're not giving them anything to actually hold on to. There's no weak points anymore. There's just constant, oh, I win, I win, I win, I win. I mean, let's go back to Star Wars. Okay? Force Awakens, who wins the fight at the end? Rey does, right? Last Jedi, you can't really say Rey won, but it was a draw. But we all know Kylo Ren should have won that fight. That's how it was supposed to go, you know? Like, what are we going to say? Oh, he won because he beat Snoke and now he runs the First Order? Like, get out of here. No, we need the villain to be standing atop the hero, letting them know, like, you need to step your game up. But no, that's not what we got. She feels like she's got to step her game up all because the lightsaber got broken. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Okay? When it was Empire Strikes Back, Luke thought that he would be able to at least stand up to Vader. And he tried. And what happened? Han got frozen in carbonite. Like I said before, C-3PO dismantled. You know, they they actually lost that fight. They lost that whole battle. There was no winning. The way that they won was they escaped with their lives, okay? That's how they won. That's just being for real, okay? There is no, oh, in between this. No. The only way you could say Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and all the Resistance won was because they escaped with their lives. That's all they can hold on to at that moment. And that's exactly my point. Give them something to hold on to. I mean, but what happened in Return of the Jedi? They won. Battle of Endor, they won. The Death Star 2, they won. Now, not really particularly Luke won that battle, outright, but they won because the light side won overall. Darth Vader turned back to the light, betrayed Palpatine, and then there you go. But no one wants to see that anymore. No one wants to hear about Darth Vader or, old Ben Kenobi. No one wants to hear about that. None of these new fans anyway. And that's the problem. I mean, with my age bracket, you would think I was one of those new fans, but I'm not. I'm not. And it hurts. It hurts to see that there's so many other people that are closer to my age that are just like, oh, well, if you're an old man, what you need to do is just be forgotten. Like, no, you don't. You don't need to be forgotten because you've lived and you have a right to have a say. You have a right to be here. You have a right to be there. You have a right everywhere. You know, when I'm old, I don't want to be forgotten like that. I don't want to be told to just fade away. And I'm sure nobody does. That's just being disrespectful altogether. How would you like it if you were told to just fade away? Or a character you played, you have all kinds of people saying, "Oh, I hope they die now. I hope they die. I hope they kill you. I hope they get cooked." Like, let me tell you something. You don't sound cool saying that. You don't. You really don't. It bothers me through and through, down to my core, that all of this is going on and nothing's truly being done about it except for on the internet. It's all nothing but a huge internet battle, and that's all there is to it. And we don't need internet battles. What we need is an actual dialogue. What we need is, I wish like these bigger YouTubers would be able to reach out to these movie companies or something and be like, hey, can we like have a sit down, something? But of course they wouldn't accept it because they'd be told how they're wrong and they wouldn't want to listen to it. I mean, look at Terminator Dark Fate. That's why that movie flopped. You know, like, I'm sure there's a YouTuber out there that is the biggest nerd for Terminator. I mean, I love the franchise, I do, but I'm not the biggest nerd on it, so I wouldn't be the right person to go to. But I'm sure there's a YouTuber out there that would be been able to help them create Dark Fate into being a total masterpiece. Okay? And another example would be Star Wars Theory, whom I can't remember the exact title of his fan film, but the Vader fan film he made touched how many hearts, okay? I know it got mine. Like, I can't wait for part 2. If they had him helping, things would be different. Fans like him, things would be different. Because he clearly cares that much about the franchise to go out and film his own version of things. And people loved it. People absolutely loved it and they cherish it, all right? Just like they cherish what George Lucas had done, all right? So it's not that hard. But instead what they did to Star Wars 3 was try to sue him. They tried to sue him for it. Oh, well, you did better than us. Screw that. Like, that's exactly how that's how that went. And it's not right. It's not right at all. That's why I'm saying everything must go. Everything must go. Okay? If you don't want to write characters so that they're actually enjoyable to watch, then everything must go. Nothing can stay anymore. Because I can guarantee you that this right here, 2019, it's just the beginning. The Force Awakens wasn't the beginning. Captain Marvel wasn't the beginning. No. The Rise of Skywalker will be the very beginning of everything going to just shit. I couldn't hold it in. It's the truth. I mean, people wonder why I don't talk on politics. It's no different than what's going on with these movies. At this point, like I said to my wife last night, it's going to sound insane, but I support every last president. Every last one of you. Every last one. Even Trump. You know why? Because since I was a kid, I've always said that this world's going to hell. Fatten up your pockets while you can. And I just keep getting proven right with each and every president. Each and every president is helping run this country into the ground. This whole world is being run into the ground. Okay? This entire world is. Because everyone's losing their minds over the smallest little microaggressions and all of this and all of that. I'm a male, you're a female, I'm this, you're that. Don't call me this, don't call me that. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Okay? What about people out there that want to be like a cyborg or something? You give us a name for that? Because like I've said before, I'd love to have a Luke Skywalker arm. Anakin, Luke, I would love to be able to be like them. Ain't no one supporting me with that. Am I gonna get support for that? Support me to get, a robotic arm, please. Go fund me. Like what the it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, these and people were scared why the Joker, like the Joker movie coming out, what would happen. Sometimes, it's up there. It's up there. It's driving me insane. I know that. uh, I can't do this anymore. It's like I feel like I can't even have fun on YouTube anymore. It's all I see. I almost want to quit YouTube because of all of this, because it's just all negative now, man. Like there's not much to be excited for. There's not much to the only thing I can hold on to when it comes to YouTube, like wanting to even watch YouTube, is Cobra Kai. That's just being honest. Cobra Kai is the best entertainment out there right now. I've rewatched the 2 seasons over and 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 over again. Okay? Why? Because I love it that much. Just like Star Wars. I can't tell you how many times I've watched the original trilogy and prequel trilogy back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. I mean, since the first time I've watched Star Wars, I went out and got the video cassette. What is it? Like a collection of the 3 movies. Sadly, I lost a cover to one of them, but I still have it. Even though we have DVDs and all that crap now, I still have it because I don't want to get rid of it. Why would I want to get rid of it? Those are memories I have of watching it and stuff, buying it for the first time. I'm never going to get rid of that set. I mean, I have a DVD set as well. See, that's that's how much I enjoy this franchise. But not anymore. Think I'm going to have a DVD set of the sequel trilogy? No. I'd have a DVD set of the sequel trilogy to burn it live on YouTube. That's what I get that for. I'll tell you this, no one's buying into any of it anymore. You guys can say, oh, well, maybe after the Rise of Skywalker, things will get better. But how? When they're not learning from their mistakes. Sure, we got The Mandalorian coming, and that honestly looks friggin' awesome. That looks like it's going to be good. But who knows when it comes to the films? And that's what really matters. This is a TV show. I'm worried about the films, okay? I'm worried about the films because they try to make it seem as if the Skywalker saga is going to continue, even though they keep saying it's going to end. How are you going to end the saga when it's called The Rise of Skywalker? You can't end the Skywalker saga, okay? You can't end it if you're going to end it with The Rise of Skywalker. You tell me how that makes sense. How you're going to end this film franchise with a title called The Rise of Skywalker. Does anyone have any sense to make out of that? No, because it makes no sense. And even if Kylo Ren would have turned it back to the light, okay, yes, he's a Skywalker by right, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that this is going to be the actual end. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a good end at that. I mean, I've heard these stupid rumors that, Kylo Ren dies and Rey goes to Tatooine for some reason and she announces herself as Rey Skywalker. Did you and Ben get married out of nowhere? And if you did, you'd be called Rey Solo. Just saying. Just saying. But either way, that's just how the cookie crumbles. And I am just here to let my thoughts out because I've been holding them in for a little bit. And yeah, it's getting me depressed, man. That is for sure. But I can tell you this right now. Like I said, this is really only the beginning. In the end, I don't want to see coming. But if I do, it's not going to turn out well. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm sure you did because I've had like 2 people pop in. Who gives a shit, you know? Like I said, my videos from now on, it's not even about views. I don't care who watches it because, I'm just a small channel, small fish in this huge pond. And honestly, I just don't give a shit anymore. What I care about is getting my opinion out there and my opinion alone. So it is what it is. If you've even watched up to this point on the replay, which I'm sure you haven't, thank you, you know. But yeah, I will catch y'all next time, either on this channel or on Jacob, the Chosen Ones, the Geek Talk Society. Been streaming with him, having an awesome time streaming. Like seriously, that's for him if he's watching. But yeah, keep on ranting, YouTubers. Keep on ranting. Don't ever let anyone take your rants away. And that's what I'm here to let everybody know. Don't ever, ever let anyone take your ranting away. If you want to rant, you rant. Don't matter if anyone's watching. You rant and you let it all out. Because how else are you supposed to feel better? See you next time, YouTubers.